Class 3 and Class 4, welcome to your reading for this week. We are going to continue with the Hodgeheg. I'm hoping you've enjoyed it last week and looking forward to carrying on today. So, I would like you to read chapter 5, which you're going to find at the same place you found last week. So under the video where it says reading text for today, it's a PDF file, it's on there. So could you please read chapter 5? Pause me while you do that, and then when you come back, I will show you the questions. Okay, so the questions you've got for today are: what did Max not know about pedestrian crossings? How did Max know that he was at the park? How do you think Max felt about being in the park? Use the words in the text to back up your answer. Why do you think the stranger looked at Max curiously? And what was the tall red house that Max found on his way home? So pause me now while you answer these, and then when you're ready, unpause me and the answers will appear on the screen. Okay, so number 1, what did Max not know about pedestrian crossings? Well, he didn't know that people crossed the road from the other side too. He thought it was just one way, didn't he? So he had a bit of a shock. How did Max know that he was at the park? He knew he was at the park because he smelt the flowers from the ornamental gardens. He saw a strange shaped building, which was the bandstand, and he heard the splashing of water, which was the fountain in the lily pond. So how do you think Max felt about being in the park? Use the words in the text to back up your answer. He was happy, wasn't he? He was happy, excited, anything like that, joyful. And we know this because he says hip, hip, hooray, which obviously is meant to be hip, hip, hooray. And the stranger, why did he look at Max curiously? Well, he looked at Max curiously because Max was muddling up his words, wasn't he? As we know, he talks backwards, but the stranger would have thought, oh, how bizarre. And the tall red house that he found on his way home is what we would know as a telephone box. Okay, I hope that's okay for you. Any problems, please send me an email. Hi Class 4, welcome to your maths for today. So it is the same as next week. You will have a video played with the lesson on. When it tells you to pause and do the questions, obviously, again, you don't do that because you're not doing the full worksheet. And then at the end, your questions will be there and then your answers at the end. Hopefully that makes sense. So today we're going to explore multiplying and dividing problem solving. So I will play the video for you now.
Hello, in today's to problem solve, in particular looking at the idea of combinations. Let's see what I mean with an example. So we've got a situation that children can choose one piece of fruit and one flavoured drink as a snack. So 2 snacks in total, 1 fruit, 1 donut. And we've got 4 children and they're choosing, each of them going to choose different combinations. So Mo goes for a banana and a stripy topped donut. Ron goes for a banana, but the non-striped donut. Eva, so she has an apple and a stripy donut. And Whitney, she goes for an apple and a non-stripy donut. So we've got 4 children, 4 combinations. Are there any other combinations? Well, no, there aren't, because if we work down, we've got a banana, and then we've got a banana with each type of donut. Then we've got an apple with each type of donut. So we've got 2 fruit, 2 donuts, 4 combinations in total. Here we've got another situation. Again, it's about snacks, isn't it? I suppose it's about food. We've got an ice cream parlour selling 3 flavours of ice cream and 2 different toppings. Possibly it's during the summer holidays. Our question is, how many different flavour and topping combinations can be ordered? With this type of question, it's really important to be really sensible and what's called systematic about how we find the different number of combinations. This is how I'd approach this question. I'd start with chocolate because it's the first flavour in the list. So we could have chocolate and flake. We could also have chocolate and raspberry sauce. Could we have any other combination of chocolate? No, we couldn't. So we can then move on. So you see if you can complete the other possible combinations. Okay, so we could have strawberry and flake and strawberry and raspberry sauce. And then of course we could have vanilla and flake and vanilla and raspberry sauce. So we've got 6 possible combinations there. we established that we've got 6 possible combinations. So we can list, like we've just done, we could list all 6, but you can easily imagine when we get to higher number of combinations, listing is going to take a long time. Let's see if we can see a relationship here. We've got 3 flavours and we've got 2 toppings. Can you spot the relationship between 3, 2 and 6 as the total combination? What does 3 times 2 equal? 6. So now we've added, the ice cream van, or the ice cream parlour has added cherry flavour to its number of flavours. It's kept the toppings the same, flake or raspberry sauce, but we've got 4 flavours now. How many combinations are possible? List if you want to, see if you can work out an alternative method. So if you chose to list the combinations here, that's fine. We could see we've got chocolate and flake, chocolate and sauce, strawberry flake, strawberry sauce, vanilla flake, vanilla sauce, just like we had before. And we've added 1 more flavour, so we've got cherry and flake, cherry and sauce. 8 combinations is the answer. But did we see this relationship between the number of flavours and the number of toppings? 4 multiplied by 2. Because each flavour has 2 toppings, doesn't it? And there are 4 of them. 8. So you can list, but hopefully we're getting to that stage now where we can use our multiplication knowledge to find the answer to this type of combination question. So now you're ready to have a go at the first 4 questions on the White Rose Maths worksheet if you've got it for this lesson, or have a tackle of the first few questions on the BBC Bitesize website for this lesson. Still more of a lesson to go though, so please come back. Here we've got 3 categories. We've got the type of bun you can have your burger in, we've got your burger filling, and we've got extras. So how are we going to approach this? Well, I'd start again from the left hand column. I'd say you could have a brioche beef burger with cheese. You could have a brioche beef with onions. Then I'd stick with my brioche, but I've done all the beef that's possible. So brioche, chicken, cheese, brioche, chicken, onions. You can see how I'm working left to right across. See if you can keep going, finding all the combinations here. Okay, let's check. So I think we'd done our brioche and chicken, hadn't we? So now we could have brioche vegetarian and cheese, brioche vegetarian onions, and then we've done all the brioche. So we've got 6. And then for sesame, we're going to have another 6, because all we're doing is replacing the type of bun. We're changing brioche to sesame type of bun. So we've got 12 combinations here. 12 different combinations that we could have. Let's think back to our multiplication. 12 combinations. This time we've got 2 types of buns, we've got 3 types of filling, and we've got 2 different types of extras. When we had the 2 categories, we multiplied them, didn't we? 4 times 2 we had, for example. We're just going to do the same thing here. 2 times 3 times 2. All we do when we've got a multiplication like this, where we've got more than one operation to do, more than one calculation, is we simply work left to right. So I'd say 2 times 3 is equal to 6, and then 6 times 2 is equal to 12. 12 combinations. So it's just the same idea of multiplying. So now we've got the same situation with the burger restaurant, but they've added lettuce as an extra. How many combinations are possible now? See if you can do it without writing them all out. Okay, so we've still got 2 types of bun, we've still got 3 types of filling. This time we've got 3 types of extras. So our calculation is going to be 2 times 3 times 3. So let's work left to right down the calculation. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So we've got 18 different types of combinations there. And you can see, even though we've still got fairly small numbers, 2, 3, and 3, we're already getting a fairly large number. You can imagine if we added a 4th column, a 4th category, and 3 in that category, we'd get a fairly large number. Not practical for writing out every combination at this stage, really. So this is an interesting question. There are 60 possible combinations. How many outdoor activities are there? So I'd note down the number of projects, I'd note down the number of indoor activities, and we know that in total there are 60 possible combinations. So how many outdoor activities are there? Pause the video, see if you can have a go at that one. Okay, So let's see what we think about this question. Quite a tricky question. So we've got 3 projects and we've got 4 indoor activities. So you can see where I've got my 3 from in my multiplication and where I've got my 4 from. And my question mark is, the question isn't it, how many outdoor activities are there? And we're told there are 60 combinations in total. So let's do that 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So now we've got a situation of something multiplied by 12 is equal to 60. So we need to use our 12 times table knowledge. 5 times 12 is equal to 60. So there are 5 outdoor activities. You're now ready to have a go at the last 2 questions on the White Rose Maths worksheet for this lesson if you have it, or have another look at the questions looking at combinations.
Okay guys, so you've got 4 questions there, all to do with problem solving. Hopefully they are okay for you, but any problems, just email me and I will get back to you as quick as I can. So yeah, if you have a little go at these, pause me now while they're on the screen, and then if you unpause me, I will pop the answers up for you. Okay, so the answers are now on the screen for you. If you're looking at them and thinking, oh my goodness, I've not got these, I'm really confused, please send me an email, guys, because I am more than happy to go through it with you. All right? Okay, guys, so on to your writing for today. We're going to have a little look at exploring a setting. And for this, I'd like you to use chapter 2 out of the Hodge Hegg. So I would like you to answer the following questions in your book. So you need to do a description of what can be seen, description of what can be heard, description of what can be felt, adjectives to describe the atmosphere, descriptions of the time of day, and then can you write a description of the weather that could be added? Okay, so take your time, and when you're ready, unpause me and I will give you some examples of what you could have written. Okay, so there are some answers there now for you. So things that could be seen: cars and motorbikes, buses and lorries, their lights, street lamps, etc. What can be heard? So a sea of noise. You can hear traffic thundering. They might sound like noisy monsters. What can be felt? Terrifyingly close, it seemed to him, confused and dazzled, hammering heart and cautious. Adjectives to describe the atmosphere: it was noisy, it was busy, that sort of thing. Time of day: it was dusk, the evening rush, and then your own description of the weather. Okay, hopefully you've all found that to be okay. Any problems, please email me. Have a lovely day.